Okay, we're going to go ahead to lesson 78, rational expressions. There's a lot of different ways to solve rational expressions, but one of the best ways is to get rid of that denominator. I've noticed you guys don't like fractions very much anyway, so if we can eliminate that denominator somehow, it'll make these equations a lot easier to solve. And how we get rid of that denominator is we're going to multiply every single term by the least common multiple of the denominators. And you'll see that it gets to cancel everything out. So we're going to look at all the denominators, all right? So in this case, we're going to look at 2, 4, and 6. We're going to come up with the least common multiple of all those. You guys remember how to find least common multiples? We break them down into products of primes. So 2 broken down, well, 2 is just a prime number. 4 can be broken down into 2 times 2. And then 6 can be broken down into 2 times 3. And remember, least common multiple, we just go ahead and we take 1 from every section. So you notice here's sections here. So we're going to take 1 from every section. So it's going to be 2 times 2 times 3. So 4 times 3, which is 12. So if I multiply every single thing in here by 12, we're going to get denominators to cancel out. So I'm going to have 12 times y over 2 plus 12 times 1/4 equals y over 6 times 12. All right. Notice now, this we can look diagonal and reduce. That becomes a 1. This becomes a 6. So I'm going to have 6y plus, we can reduce here. This becomes a 3 plus 3 equals again, and we can reduce. This becomes 2 equals 2y. And in order to solve for y, then I can subtract my 6y, and I can get 3 equals a negative 4y. Y equals negative 3/4. Pretty easily. All right. So multiply by the least common multiple of the denominator. All right. So this time we're going to look at 7, 2, and 3. Notice 7, 2, and 3 are all prime numbers. So if I broke them down into a product of primes, 7 would be broken down into 7, 2 would be broken down into 2, and 3 would be broken down into 3. Take 1 from each column. It's going to be 2 times 3 times 7, which is going to be 42. So we're going to multiply each of these by 42. We're going to have 42 times 2x all over 7 minus 42 times 3x over 2. And then we're going to have 42 times 1/3. And we can go ahead and we can cancel out here. 42 and 7, this becomes a 6, right? 42 and 2, this becomes a 21. And then how many times does 3 go into 42? Well, we can do the math real quick. I'm having a brain fart right now. So 1, 3, 1, 2, 14 times. Okay. So this becomes a 14 up top, and this cancels out. So I'm going to have 6 times 2x, which is going to be 12x, minus 21 times 3x, which is 63x, equals 14. So I'm going to have, let's see, 12x minus 63x is going to be negative 51x equals 14. So x is going to equal 14 over negative 51. All right. Well, that's not so bad. Example 3. Multiply by the least common multiple of all the denominators. Remember, 3 is just 3 over 1. All right, so it looks like it's just going to be 14, right? So multiply every term by 14. So I'm going to have 3y over 2 times 14 plus 8 minus 4y all over 7 times 14 all over 1 equals 3 all over 1 times 14. This cancels out, we get a 7, right? So you have 3 times y, 3y times 7 is 21y. Okay, this is going to cancel out, become a 1, this cancels out, becomes a 2. When I multiply this now, this has to be multiplied by every single term, remember? So that has to be multiplied by every single term, so it's going to be 16 minus 8y equals 3 times 14, which is going to be 42. Okay? 3 times 14 is 42, yep. All right. And then combine like terms, so 21y minus 8y is going to be 13y. Let's go ahead and subtract our 16 over. So minus 16, we get 3. 26. So 13y equals 26. Y equals 2. All right. And again for the last one, least common multiple of 4, 2, and 10. Remember, we can break it down to product primes. 2 is just going to be 2. 4 is going to be 2 times 2. And then 10 is going to be 2 times 5. We'll take 1 from each column. 2 times 2 times 5. So our least common multiple is going to be 20. So we're going to have 20 times, x plus 1 over 4. Minus 20 times 3/2 equals 20 times, I ran out of room there. That's fine. We can do it over here. We'll multiply it by 20s over here. Okay? So this cancels out to become 5. Remember, this has to be multiplied by every single term in here. So 5x plus 5 minus, this cancels out to be a 10. So 10 times 3 is 30 equals, this cancels out to be a 2. Remember, this has to be multiplied by every single thing in there. So 4x minus 18. And then combine like terms to get x by itself. So let's say we're going to have 5x minus 25 equals 4x minus 18. Add my 25 to the right and subtract my 4x. So I'm going to get x equals 7. And that's it there. I hope this makes sense. Just find the least common multiple of the denominators and multiply every single term by that least common multiple and then solve. All right. There's your assignment. It'll also be on the email that I sent you. We'll see you later.